Step 1. Resting membrane potential. Without stimulation, cells like neurons and muscle fibers maintain a state known as the resting membrane potential. In this state, the inside of the cell is negatively charged due to the presence of large anions. The cell right now is sitting at minus 70 millivolts. Embedded in the cell are various proteins that act as channels and pumps. At rest, only a potassium leak channel is open, allowing positively charged potassium to leak inside the cell towards the negatively charged anions. Sodiums are outside the cell, blocked by a voltage-gated sodium channel.
This is step 2 of depolarization. During depolarization, voltage-gated sodium channels open and causing sodium to rush into the neuron and make inside rapidly become more positive, up to 30 millivolts. Voltage-gated channels open, sodium rushes into the cell following the concentration electrical gadget. Positive charge change and flood in, making the inside more positive. Membrane potential rises from 70 millivolts to about 30 millivolts. This change triggers the action potential to fire because positive and positive doesn't like each other.
Step 3 is repolarization, and during repolarization, sodium channel closes and voltage-gated potassium channel opens, allowing potassium to leave the cell, which makes the inside become negative again and move back to negative 70 milliwatts. Potassium diffuses out of the neuron.
You're leaving today, right?
Maybe.
Wow, so that's it, huh? Just 4 o'clock and you are gone for good.
Inside of the cell membrane becomes more negative again, and membrane potential moves back to negative 70 milliwatts. During hyperpolarization, potassium channel stays open a little longer, allowing extra potassium to leave out. And the inside becomes negative milliwatts, which later becomes to negative 70 milliwatts, which before returning back to normal. Inside becomes below negative 70, in which the membrane dips around to negative 80 to negative 90. And then the sodium potassium pump becomes activated, which brings in 2 potassiums and brings out 3 sodiums.
Back to resting membrane potential. So then after the pump is turning 3 sodium out and 2 potassium in, it continues to do that once the potassium pump restores the ion balance, which is to keep sodium out, and continues to take them out, and then the potassium rushes in. So then the potassium channel helps stabilize the charge, and the membrane returns to 70 millivolts, and the neuron is reset and ready for the next stimulus. So this is the graph for the action potential, and this here is the threshold, and the threshold is here. And once the threshold of negative 70 millivolts is reached, that is the resting membrane potential, and then the depolarization, once that is met, is positive 30 millivolts, and once it reaches to repolarization, it's coming down to negative 90 millivolts, and when it comes back to the resting membrane potential, then it's back to negative millivolts as it was in the beginning. So what is the myelination? Myelination is When special cells wrap around the fatty coating myelin around axons to make signals travel faster and more efficiently. Myelin is insulation around nerve fibers, helps electrical signals move quickly, and makes communication between neurons more efficient.
Myelination increases when you repeatedly use a neutral pathway, like when you practice or try to remember something. The brain straightens pathways that are used often. Repeated practices, neurons fight together often. Brain recognizes this pathway as important and adds more myelin to make the signal faster, closely tied to learning and memory. When you actively recall information, not just reread, the same pathway fires again and again. The brain responds by compacting and reinforcing the myelin layers. Active recall straightens pathways more than passive studying. Repeated firing, more myelin added. Existing myelin becomes denser, which is tighter, and makes a more faster and smoother memory retrieval.
How sleep helps myelination. Sleep, especially deep sleep, helps brain strengthen and repair neutral pathways, including increasing myelin. Sleep consolidates memories, repairs and reinforces pathways used during the day, supports myelin production, and makes that information easier